Stop saying I'm not a morning person. Stop it. Dan from Michigan here again with another thing to talk about that I want to just on my head. It's like things that I've done or thought about a lot, or it's just one of the things I've been thinking about is so many people say I'm not a morning person. Well, are we or should we be? I think the answer is probably we all should be. And why is it? Have you ever heard somebody go, man, I get to work early because I get so much done before everybody else gets there? Why is that? You're alone with your thoughts. You're being able to concentrate on what you need to get done, and there's no distractions, right? So if you're really a morning person and you get up in the morning ready to roll, and all of a sudden your mind goes. So, I've talked about this before. One of the first things I do early in the morning is before I even get out of bed, I'm listening to a prayer. And I want God, and whether you believe in God or not, I do, I want God to fill my mind and my heart and my soul and to think about Him to start my day. And I don't know, does that help me start planning and thinking better? But I will tell you this, when I start my morning that way and I get out of bed right away, my mind is already going about things. In fact, sometimes even before I wake up, I've got something on my mind that has been dreaming about the night before, and I try to put that into my day. So a friend of mine we were just talking about a business that he's been doing for a while, and it's just something he's been doing part-time, but it's been fairly lucrative for him, right? And we talked about that, as a matter of fact, last night before I went to sleep. And when I woke up this morning, I had some great ideas about it. And so I wrote them down. Okay. Now, I will go to point out that a lot of people that I know who are very successful tell us all the time, you need to get up early and get your day started early before everybody else. I'm not sure if it was Warren Buffett, but obviously we know who he is. But I think he's a real early riser. But some of the people that I've met and seen that are very successful in life, in doing a lot of different things, all get up early to start their day. They start their day a lot of time with some prayer, with some mental training, whether it be learning something new or some positive things to listen to in the morning, writing in their journal, writing down their goals. Darren Hardy, somebody I used to listen to all the time, every single morning, he wrote down his goals for that year again. I mean, he just wrote them down yesterday. He read them yesterday. Why? He wants them to be foremost in his mind as to what he is to accomplish this year and over the next 5 or 10 years. Writes them down every day. And he's not the only one. I've heard this from a number of very successful people. That's what they do. Another thing is getting to the gym early. If you're not exercising, you should be, okay? And getting to the gym, whether it be you're lifting weights or doing aerobics or a combination of both or swimming, whatever, your day gets started when you get to the gym and get that energy going in your body. It just kind of propels you for the rest of your day. There's a guy I talk to all the time. He gets up and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he swims before going to work. So he's part of a club, gets there early. That pool's cold, doesn't matter. In fact, in the winter or in the fall and the spring, when he goes to the outdoor pool, it can be a little bit chilly, but he's there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. because it gets his day going. It gets his mind. He feels better, feels more refreshed, ready to take on the day. I personally think, and again, you can put your opinions in here and let me know what you think, but I just think in the morning, our minds are fresh. We have fresh ideas, fresh thoughts, fresh goals, fresh enthusiasm. And we think things, I think, even in a more positive way before everything else gets in our way. And some guys that I know that sell insurance, I mean, they don't say, well, I'm ready to start working at 7 or 8 o'clock. They're already gotten 2 or 3 hours in before that, so that whether it be their workout or they're preparing to who and how they're going to call, that the minute they are able to make calls and start prospecting or whatever it might be for the day, they are doing it at the exact minute, and they're fresh and ready and done with their day early. Okay? It just seems like that's another thing that you can, if you work for yourself and you're able to get up early and get things done. When I had my lawn business, especially my second and third year, I started going back to the other business I had. So I needed to get my lawn business done by noon, 1 o'clock at the most, to get it finished, so that I could get home and take a nap before I went to do my other business, right? So, and I found that when I'm up there early and getting going, and man, right. I started, in fact, recently I got back to it again because I kind of gotten away from it, carrying a little notepad in my pocket, so that as I'm getting going during the day, things pop into my head, I'm able to write them down. Is that something you do? I don't know. Tell me, how's that work for you? Some people will use their notes in their phone and just talk to their phone and do that. I'm not always able to do that with the work I do, but I can write stuff down, and these are things that can push on more to where the other person who gets up late and just kind of drowsy or doesn't really, or let's say gets up just in time to go to their job or their business, it's like they don't have time to think, let their mind open up and expand to other things, because all they can do is say, man, I got to hurry up, I got to get a shower, do this, boom, 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 and get the heck out and just pull into work in time, or just get to my business in time. And my mind, I feel like I'm overwhelmed before I even start my day. I like to get up at least an hour, even though I can't always get to the gym in the morning anymore with what I do. I like to get up at least an hour ahead of time so that I don't have to rush through that. An hour before I need to leave, so I can get up, listen, read, write, think, enjoy my coffee in the morning. So again, I'm just curious, what is it that you do? Do you feel that being a morning person is really the way it should be? That you're going to be more productive, more energetic, more focused on things that you're doing? Now, my girlfriend, she always says, I'm not really a morning person and get going. But you know what? She schedules all her workout classes in the morning. In fact, she tries to get all her stuff done early. And by doing that, I think she doesn't even realize she kind of is a morning person, okay? Because she's getting those things knocked off real quick. She may not be a first hour morning person, but she is a morning person. So again, let me know what you think. I love to hear your comments, and hopefully you'll like what you see here and like my video. Hopefully you'll share it with other people. And if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. And in the meantime, have a phenomenal day. Beautiful day outside. Going to go enjoy the rest of it.